folks. Good evening, slags. No, good evening, folks. So, who is Robbie Williams? Well, I've been called many things. Narcissistic, punchable, shit-eating twat. But while I'm all those things, I want to show you how I really see myself. So sit back, relax, and I give you a right fucking entertaining.
Welcome back, my beautiful weirdos. I'm your host, Sassacast. Today we aren't talking about your typical horror movie review. We're diving into Better Man, a musical. We're peeling back the skin of a soul. This part of Act 1 of Better Man doesn't burst onto the screen. It drifts in like a memory you forgot you buried. It opens with a CGI chimpanzee. Yeah, you heard me. Robbie Williams as a chimp. Not as a joke, not as a gimmick, but as a metaphor for innocence, for isolation, for the kind of loneliness that doesn't scream, it just quietly aches. And honestly, it works. The first act isn't about fame. It's about the boy before the fame. The one who wasn't a prodigy, wasn't a rebel. Just a kid who wanted someone to look at him and say, I see you. It's the ache of childhood dreams that never got clapped for. The quiet devastation of being overlooked while everyone else got picked. And maybe that's why it hits so hard. Because before the stadiums and scandals, there was just Robbie. And maybe, if we're being real, that was us too. So if you ever felt like the weird one in the room, the invisible one in the crowd, the kid who danced alone in their bedroom hoping someone might notice, this act is for you. Let's get into it.
Light 'em up.
We open in Stoke-on-Trent, and not with a spotlight, but with a sigh. Little Robbie's already feeling like the universe cast him in the wrong role. Not the lead, not even a supporting character, just background noise. He's picked last for soccer, not because he's shy, not because he's bad, but because no one bothers to look twice. They shove him into a goal like he's a placeholder, something to fill the space until the real game starts. And when he fumbles, it's not just a missed save, it's a gut punch. A confirmation of every quiet fear already whispering in his chest. You're not good enough. You're not wanted. And you're not seen. You can see it in his eyes. That moment where the world stops being safe. Where childhood stops being soft. And if you ever been the last one picked, the one that they forgot to invite, the one who tried and still got laughed at, then you know exactly what that feels like. That crack in his confidence is just not a plot point. It's the first sherd of a broken mirror he'll spend decades trying to piece back together. And maybe, just maybe, so will we. Now let's talk about Peter Williams, Robbie's dad. He's got that old school charm, the kind that lights up a room and leaves his own kid standing in the dark. Peter worships Frank Sinatra like he's holy scripture. And Robbie? Robbie worships Peter. Mimics every swing of the arm, every croon, every slick back smirk. Not because he wants to be famous, but because he wants to be seen. He's chasing a nod, a smile. A moment where Dad looks at him like he's just more than just background noise. He's just trying to hit the right note, hoping maybe this time Dad will look at him like he matters. They got this little ritual, light 'em up, said with matching grins and slick back hair like they're headlining a father-son act in Vegas. It's sweet until you realize Robbie's performing for someone who's already clapping for himself. And Robbie's stuck performing for a man who only sees reflection of his own spotlight. There's a scene where Robbie imagines singing with his dad, only to realize he's completely alone. And it's just not sad, it's devastating. Because it's not about music, it's about love. And Robbie's left wondering if love is something you must earn. I cried, the chimp cried, my inner child cried. It's abandonment issues in 4K, and it hits like a high note that never lands. Then comes the pirate musical, Robbie's big moment. He's got the hat, the eyeliner, That trembling little voice that finds its strength halfway through the song like it's clawing its way out of his chest. And the crowd, they're eating it up, laughing, clapping, loving him. He's glowing, not just for the spotlight, but for the hope that maybe, just maybe, this warmth will reach the cold places inside of him. But when the curtain falls and he scans a room, the one face he needs isn't there. Peter's absence doesn't just sting, it guts him. That empty seat becomes a wound. The applause is loud, but it's hollow. It echoes, but it doesn't answer. And that's the moment Robbie learns the difference between being seen and being loved. Still drenched in stage makeup and leftover sparkle, he stares at his reflection like it owes him something. Validation, maybe? Or just a reason to keep performing? He's not just playing a pirate. He's trying to become someone worth clapping for. That's the birth of the performer. The kid who learns applause is easier to chase than affection. That silence feels like suffocation. The monkey mask stops being a costume and it becomes armor. And the stage? That's not just where he performs. It's where he fights for love, for validation, for the kind of attention that doesn't vanish when the lights go down. One performance at a time. From here on, the stage becomes survival. Every costume, every song, every spotlight is a plea. See me, love me, stay. The mirror isn't just reflecting his face. It's reflecting the gap between who he is and who he thinks he has to be to become loved. Thank the pop gods for Grandma Betty, aka Nan. Bless Nan. The backstage pass to a conditional love. When life throws Robbie under the spotlight and forgets to catch him, she's the one who holds him steady. She's just not the one who tells him he's special, she makes him believe it. In a house full of silence and sideways glances, her voice cuts through like a melody that actually means something. You are enough, she says. And it's not a line. It's a lifeline. No stage, no spotlight, no monkey mask. Just tea, tenderness, and the kind of love that doesn't ask for a performance. She's the lighthouse in this storm, the one who doesn't need him to sing, sparkle, or suffer to be worthy. In a family built on performance and absence, Nan's love is his first safe stage. She doesn't audition him for affection. She hands it over like a warm blanket and says, "You don't have to earn this." And for a boy who spent his whole life trying to be seen, that kind of love, it's revolutionary. And then, just like that, Peter disappears. Not just emotionally, not just physically, but vanishes in every way that counts. He even changes his name to Conway, like he's editing the script mid-scene, cutting Robbie out without warning. It's abandonment dressed up as reinvention, and Robbie's left holding the silence like it's proof he wasn't worth staying for. This heartbreak doesn't scream, it seeps. It curls up in his chest and starts whispering that kind of question that doesn't go away. Was I ever enough? From that moment on, every spotlight becomes a searchlight. Every stage, every glitter-soaked performance, it's not about the fame. It's about finding something that feels like love. He's chasing echoes, trying to fill the space where a father's voice should have been, hoping that one day someone, anyone, will look at him and say his name like it means something. Because when love leaves a building, applause starts sounding a lot like begging. Act 1 of Better Man doesn't ease you in. It tears open the wound. It's just not a setup. It's a reckoning. This is a story of a boy who learns way too early that love isn't given, it's earned. That being worthy means performing. Robbie's not just a monkey in a costume. He's a kid absorbing every sigh, every empty seat, every moment someone looked past him and said, without saying it, "You were not enough." The sequins shimmer, sure, but they're stitched onto bruises, and it's beautiful in that twisted, aching way, the kind that makes you flinch because it's familiar. If you ever tried to earn love by being perfect, by being quiet, by being whatever version of yourself felt the safest, you'll feel this in your bones. If you ever stared in the mirror and asked, what do I have to become to be loved? This act doesn't hit. It lingers. It's the beginning of a lifelong chase, not for fame, but for affirmation. It's not just Robbie's story. It's ours. Because sometimes ambition is just heartbreak in a costume. And the stage is the only place where we feel seen. That's a wrap on Act 1. If you stayed with me this long, you felt it. That quiet ache beneath the twinkle, the applause that fades too fast, the exhausting chase to be enough in a world that keeps shifting the rules. So yeah, do the things. Like, comment, subscribe. But more importantly, take a breath. Because becoming a better man, hell, becoming a better human, isn't about perfection. It's about making peace with the glitter-covered monkey inside you who's still waiting to be loved without conditions. Stay swinging, even when the world forgets to clap. I'll see you in Act 2, where the stakes rises, the spotlight burns hotter, and the search for self-worth takes center stage. Stay sassy.